What's going on, everyone? I'm Encore. This is Tomorrow Never Comes, and this video is about two individuals who are not even crypto experts or crypto influencers, but I think the two quotes that both of them share actually apply to us in the crypto space. And I want to get right into what those two quotes are and how they actually impact us as we invest in this new market. So let's go here to the first one. Robert Kiyosaki, if you don't know who he is, a well-known author of the Rich Dad, Poor Dad series and many other things, after that, but that's really his claim to fame, or where it all started for him anyway. And he said something here that's very important. He says, money is not the most important thing in life, but it does affect everything that is important. And it's interesting because I actually ran across this quote when speaking to a founder of a certain project. She mentioned this quote and it really hit home for me because, I try and talk about certain things, those in my circle and, new contacts that I've made throughout this crypto journey. And even there, when we talk about money, there's always a negative connotation to it. So if I say, hey, look, we're trying to make money, or we should try and make money, the common response is, why is this all about money? And I try and share this. I try and share this type of aspect to money, and it really has to come down to our thoughts around money. And most people think that, we hear it all the time, money's not the most important thing. 100%, I'm not here to disagree with that. However, you look at anything that we want to do, whether it's for donating to charity, or it's going on your vacation, or spending time with the family, even though you can do that at home, a lot of times people want to do that somewhere else that requires money. So it's going out to eat, having a barbecue, whatever it is, for the most part, 99.9% of the time, what we want to do or what we envision in our life as the best life that we have requires some type of monetary input. And so this is not about being greedy or any of those types of negative emotions. I love the way he sums it up, that money is not the most important thing in life, but it does affect everything that is important. So why is this quote important in crypto? Because as much as people may fear meme coins or hype or not, you may be one that's sitting on the fence or, not, or discounting crypto at all or altogether. And I think you got to look at this as a new asset class that can actually provide significant monetary returns. And you can decide to do what you want with that. If you want to donate it, if you want to do stuff for yourself, your family, your circle of friends, a business, a friend's business to invest in. Money gives you options. Okay. And I want you to understand that talking about money and having some sort of goal to make some money is not an evil thing. And I think this hits it home. Like, it's not the end all be all, but so far as we are living and breathing, most things require money to engage in those activities. Most. All right. So there's nothing wrong with making that money. It's what you do with the money. Money is just a tool. It's not good or bad. It's what you decide to do with it. So connecting that to the crypto space, we are in such a beautiful time where I know it's super volatile and obviously the markets are down, but it's not just crypto, it's across the board. You look at the stock market, housing is on its way. Like, there is not a single market or asset class that has not been affected by everything that's been happening. And so put that aside, we are in such a young time period for crypto that we can actually make significant gains without risking too much capital. Those are just facts, right? So as volatile as it is, that means there's also gains to be made. All right. Now, that doesn't mean you throw everything to the wind and go all in. For the most part, again, this is not financial advice, but there's no other asset class that you can put in $500, $1,000, $5,000 and make significant gains. Can't do that in stock market, really. Maybe now with everything crash, but on average you can't, and definitely not in the real estate market that low of a sum. So I just thought that was a really great quote. And I hope you guys take that to heart and really try to change the way you think about money and those who pursue money. Now, there's a way to pursue money where you push everyone down so that you can get yours, where there's a zero-sum game, meaning winner takes all. I'm not about that. I think everybody can win. And I think, as Gary Vee put it, you can build your reputation, your wealth, by making the tallest skyscraper without actually making the tallest by just knocking everybody down, right? So there's a difference between building up and versus smashing everybody else down so that you're the only one standing. And so I'm not a proponent of smashing everyone else down, but you can go after wealth, you can make wealth and do good by it, but you got to make it for yourself first. So I wanted to point that out, and I think we're in a great space to do that. All right. Second quote here is Dr. Gabor Mate. And he's, again, probably as far removed as a crypto space as you possibly can. But he said something here that caught my eye. It's actually shared by Lewis Howes from the School of Greatness. And he says, play is much more important for healthy brain development than intellectual learning. Now, I know this quote was not about the crypto space. Okay, it's more about just us as individuals or human beings, maybe even more to children as well. Just the act of playing more than serious intellectual progress, right? Like where you're just focused on trying to get smarter or more wise. Instead of doing that, you play, and those kind of come with the process, right? Or through just playing alone. But I think this is very important for the crypto space as well. And money mindset as a whole. There are many wealthy people who are they're definitely money focused in terms of watching what they spend and how frugal they can be in certain areas. But I think a lot of them also have this perspective of playing. You've got to play. In order to get any gains, there's got to be some risk involved. And so that means there is a level of playful mindset to it. This is what I truly believe. Like if you're so fearful and you're so tight with everything that you hold, it's so hard to let go of it. And when that's the case, you don't take a flyer on something that ultimately everyone around you and maybe even a part of yourself is saying don't do it. But there's maybe a 10%, 15% part of you that's saying, hey, look, this is not my life savings. Let me give it a shot. Obviously, you got to do your due diligence and all that as much as you can. But there's certain play factor to it that allows these individuals of high net worth to make some gains. They took some risks. There is a level of playfulness there. And somebody said something to me that a certain individual looked at money, and this individual is wealthy, looked at something looked at wealth or money like they're M&Ms, right? You eat some, you don't have as much, you go buy some more, and now you have more. Like they're not caught up in the whole emotional aspect of money. It's a playful tool that you use. Comes, money goes, right? And so I think this, especially for me, hits home. You've got to play in spaces that you may not feel comfortable with amount that you are okay losing. Like it's not going to destroy you financially. And I think that fits perfectly for crypto. I think there's so many people around you, around me for sure in the beginning and even now, who will say, don't do it. It's a scam. It's a Ponzi scheme. All this false narrative around it. Now, having said that, there are certain projects that end up being that, of course. But that's in the stock market. That happens in the housing market. Anywhere there's money, anywhere that there's financial gains to be had, that's going to exist. Okay? So you don't go all in. You don't go big. You don't lose everything. And now you're financially ruined. So it's not that. But you take what you can afford and you have a little bit of playfulness to that. Okay? Only you can decide your risk level and how playful you want to be. But there has to be an element of play in order for you to take some risks. And then by taking those risks, you make financial gains, like far beyond most people. And in this space, those financial gains can be, they can be life-changing. They can be generational wealth, not even just for you, for your children and your children's children. It's just something to have in mind. All right. So those are the two quotes I really wanted to impress upon you guys. They both, in my mind, have to do with money or investing for the crypto space. They are applicable. And that's why they hit home for me is really money's not the most important thing, but it does affect all of the important things in your life. And then also playing is much more important for the healthy brain, but I think also for financial development as well. And when you play in these spaces, like you get sharper. You get sharper. You're not so emotionally tied to stuff, and you start to see things, and you learn from the lessons along the way, and then that just builds your intellectual development, right? That intellectual learning, the learning curve speeds up because you're just playing in the space. So guys, I hope you found value in this video. If you did, like the video, subscribe, share the video where you can. I would love to hear the comments below. Do you agree? Do you not agree? Let me know. All right. And just remember, tomorrow never comes. Enjoy, guys. Take the day, relax, play a little bit, think about your money mindset, but also take action and invest in yourself today. Have a good one.